You've just received your DJI Ronin RS4 and you're wondering, how the heck do I set this bad boy up? Well, let me show you. So it's a little bit more than just sticking your camera on it. You have to balance it, calibrate it. You need to set up your camera right even before you start your balance. And then you can go have your fun using it. What's included with the RS4 is this mounting plate, a quick release plate where you can pull off, mount your camera on here. There's a button to release it down here on the back side. You have a back latch, so you can put this on the back of your camcorder, your DSLR, to make sure it adds a little bit of stability. Obviously, you always want to tighten it down with the screwdriver. The DJI kit in the box also includes this lens support. It's not what I'm using because I'm using a camcorder. And for me to mount the camcorder properly, this would mount it way too far back and it would not work well with this. It would constantly hit the back side. I will leave a link in the description for this mounting bracket if you want to use a light camcorder like what I'm using. Otherwise, if you're using a DSLR, this is all you need. Next, I have extra stuff on here that I'm not actually going to be using for doing videography, but you want to set the camera up how you're going to use it. If you're using a mic, which I'm not going to use this mic, but if you're using a mic on your camera, make sure it's on there. If you're using a transmitter and you're using the DJI SDR transmitter, there's actually two locations you can mount it. The first location is up here on the top. Down here on the bottom, the DJI SDR transmitter actually comes with this bottom mounting plate, mounting adapter you can put on. This is the receiver, but they both have the same body. It actually attaches right down here. If you're doing it this way, when you're balancing this out, before you get started balancing, you're gonna have this in the lowest position possible. You just wanna make sure that this and the battery doesn't scrape the bottom. So I'm gonna take this off because I'm not gonna be using it with this. When you set your camera up, you want to be exactly how you're going to be using it. Oh, let me lock this down. Locked down, locked down, locked down, locked down. I'm gonna make sure that all our screws are as tight as possible without stripping them, without breaking them out for the screw, because you don't want the camera sliding around and you don't want your equipment sliding around either. And right before you get this balance, what you need to do is open up everything on the camera, how you're going to be using it. So the transmitter, the antennas are out, HDMI cable or SDI cable is out. If you have a tilty, flippy, floppy turnaround screen, you want that out if you're using it. If you're using a monitor, you want to have that mounted on. But if you're using a lens hood, you want to have that on and secure. If it has a lens hood that opens up like this, open it up. And now we can get started balancing it. It's gonna look something like this. You can go ahead and there's your locks. It's this little round button right here. Go ahead, unlock it, move it into the back 90 position. Make sure you go back to lock it in. And now the one right on the back up here on the top, go ahead, unlock it, move it into the middle position like this. All right, and I have this currently locked, so I'm gonna unlock it, and this is a fine adjustment knob right here. Before I do that, I'm actually gonna go back to here and have the vertical in the lowest position possible. Well, you wanna do this horizontal first, you mess with the vertical second. Oh, and by the way, if you wanna shoot vertically on here, it's as easy as releasing the back knob on this side. Unscrew this. You're gonna have a release button there up in the front. Push that, you can pop the plate off, and now you can shoot your vertical format by putting it like that. I do not have the room with this camera on here, but for the DSLR, mirrorless, you can go vertical. We're not. Go ahead and stick this back in, tighten up on the back part, and now we can get started with balance and the calibration. Go ahead and on the back here, release it, and your goal for this first part is horizontal. You want to not sway back, not sway forward, so I'm going to release this latch here. I'm going to use the fine adjustment tool or push it back, pull it forward just a little bit. This is why you have to have all your stuff mounted exactly how you want it. And then lock it in, because this can adjust, the little lock latch can adjust the balance just enough. So now it's gonna sway, and that's fine. You just want it to be balanced left, balanced right, so it doesn't tilt that much more. Horizontal set, let's go to vertical. Now vertically, this is the reason why you'd want this maybe down here. You want to move it so this isn't going back and this isn't going forward. So you'll release this here, and then you'll slide this back and forward until the camera is more or less balanced. This is also why you want to have a high point in the back. But now I got kind of balanced. You want to have it where the camera more or less is not going to change position. You can leave it there and it'll just float off into space. Yeah, I think that's more or less set right there. Now the nice thing is, once you know where your balancing point is, you'll see these numbers on the side. You can memorize where that's at, so it's nice and fast to set up next time. The same thing with here in the front, you'll have a number so you can see balancing for the tilt. So that is pretty much set to go. We're going to leave this unlocked. Next one, we have to deal with the balancing of it, you know, tilting left to right, so we need to make it level horizontally in terms of level, you know what I'm saying. So we're going to take this latch back here, unlatch it. Actually, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this unlock. The first part, we're going to unlock it down here, and we're going to see if it sways left or right like this. And if it sways left or right, where it's tilting, we're going to take this knob, I'm going to release it, and now we're just going to kind of push and pull it. I'm going to latch it down to lock it. We're going to push and pull it until you do it and it just floats out or it returns to center. If it returns to center, then it's pretty much almost set to go. And right now it's still forcing the camera to lean to its right. So I'm going to move it just a tad to the left. It's a little bit windy out here. That's too much to the left. Too much to the right. Oh, you know what? I went to the right. Yeah, that's more or less done. If you really want to make sure it's balanced, you can lock in the arm and just go and see if it floats out. And if it doesn't self-adjust too much. Still self-adjusting to be level, still self-adjusting to be level. You're set there. The last thing to do, loosen this arm, is going to be the unlock for the bottom here. You're going to move it back or forward, depending on how much the camera wants to jerk out of position. Go ahead and unlock. So now this is free. You give a little bit nudge one way or the other way. As long as it doesn't really tilt and go crazy, then you're set to go. You might have to move these numbers up and back, and again, you have these numbers on the back here to help you adjust it into position. Now with all this set, now you're ready to calibrate. You need to calibrate it every time you turn on your gimbal. Make sure you're on a level, steady, level surface. Hold the power button. Turn on the gimbal. The stabilizer is now on, and the fast way, instead of going through the menus on the back, the fast way to do it, hold down the trigger and hold down the M key for about 3 to 5 seconds. And now it's going to self-calibrate. It's going to take a few moments to do this, but after it self-calibrates, you are ready to use the camera. It's going to be a lot of vibrations, and that's why you need it on a nice, firm, level surface. Now, it is balanced, it is ready to go. If you're done using it or you want to set it down, it's all over the place, push the trigger button twice, and it will recenter the camera. After you're done using it, you want to save the battery power on here. You just hold down the power button. It'll lock it into place. And the cool thing I love about that is, hold the power button when you're ready to use it again. It's unlocking it back. Almost ready to go. Just remember, calibrate it after every time that you turn it on. Now we're ready to go again. Woo, 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 woo. All right, you got all that?